Hi guys, it's Jazz1122 here, and I'm here for the Sagittarius reading for January 28th through February 3rd. How are my fellow Sagittariuses out there? I'm excited to see what this week holds for us, and I would like to welcome you to my channel, and also a thank you to those who have taken the time to watch my video and also subscribe. I appreciate all of you. So without further ado, let's get right into our reading. I could say for me, I don't know about other Sagittariuses out there, I have been feeling so much better. I feel way more productive. I feel like life is finally starting to come back together, and I realize that everything happened so I could be where I am right now. So I feel like with Jupiter in Sagittarius, it is giving us the energy to be ourselves, and we have discovered new truths about a lot of things. Okay, let's begin. What's in store for us Sagittarius is for January 28th through February 3rd. We have the Six of Swords. So we have us mentally walking away from something. If not, this could be you physically walking away from something. But since it's swords, I take it as something mentally. I feel like it could have been something that was stressing you guys out for some time, and now that you feel like you're finally over it. You're taking what is necessary and leaving the rest that's unnecessary behind. Now we have the Four of Cups here. Now, some Sagittarius is out there, for why the Six of Swords actually could be here is because you guys are feeling dissatisfied about something. But however, if you're in the situation that you're dissatisfied with something, look at the signs around you. Are you seeing certain numbers or synchronicities? I feel like the universe is going to try to talk to us this week that we may be focusing on what's wrong in our lives, especially for the time when Saturn was in Sagittarius, and I feel like that was kind of hard on us. So maybe we still harbor some of those old hurts and things we had to go through. Maybe we feel like we can't truly be ourselves, or we can't be happy, or maybe we were too optimistic. But maybe in those circumstances, the universe is actually trying to show us that it wasn't about us being overly, the problem wasn't being optimistic. It was not knowing the truth between being too optimistic to the point is kind of delusional, I would say. Because, since we're ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is expansive, and kind of that energy will get out of control. And that could also expand on how you feel about someone, that you could have so much love that it just expands, but however, you may be putting too much energy, and the person that you're trying to give it to ignores you and cause you to feel like this. But however, it's through this that maybe you're not giving the cup to the right person. So maybe you could be dealing with a relationship issue that you are tired, and you're moving away from a relationship that you are tired of feeling dissatisfied in as well. Maybe you finally see that the universe has been showing you signs and synchronicities that this was actually time to end anyway. It wasn't you stuck in the situation. It was you not seeing what was right in front of you, I feel. But I feel that this week you're going to come to a truth about that and actually see what the universe is trying to show you. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, to me, the Knight of Pentacles is the most mature knight in the deck. I feel like after this situation, the Sagittarius is out there are definitely going to start to move more carefully. I feel it's not as fast-paced or fiery like it usually is. I felt like this could be something that really taught you how to slow down and take on more of the Knight of Pentacles energy. And how I feel about the Knight is I feel like this is a new energy to really still get used to. But however, you are making a great start and a responsible start, because the Knight of Pentacles is also responsible. So we have the Three of Swords reversed. So we also are going to realize some healing this week. Maybe we realize, I feel like, how we put ourselves in these situations. That's what I feel like too. I feel like we are now realizing our role and how we make ourselves dissatisfied about some decisions that we make, and that causes harm to us. Maybe it's not always the other person. Maybe it was us not paying attention to the red flags that they were giving us, and that's actually on us, you know? So I feel like this week you could be reflecting on how you have caused yourself pain in your own life this week. I feel this situation could really cause you to think about how you allow people to treat you and get a deeper meaning to that. We have the King of Wands. Okay, we have the fire here. So, like usual Sagittarius energy, nothing really keeps us down for long. So you guys are going to get right back into an upbeat mood with the King of Wands. And you guys are really going to take this energy and truly focus on what you want to create. And it's something you're very passionate. You're taking this pain and hurt and you're actually building it into something that you can be useful. Like, through you learning this, you learn how to make it your strength and not your weakness. And now you feel even stronger about going after what you want. Taking on a masculine energy. This could be male or female. It's just the energy that's masculine. So we have the Five of Swords reversed. So with the Five of Swords reversed, it shows that the Sagittarius is out there will also come out of mental conflict. I feel you moving away from the situation that could have been hurtful to you, and you taking the steps, the planting the seeds just to start a new start. So I feel like that is so big because it is mentally relaxing to you. Because Sagittarius is, we don't really like a lot of conflict. That's why usually when we get mad, it doesn't last for long, because it was just a passionate feeling at the moment, and they were ready to just forgive, you know. But maybe that could also be a situation. Maybe you've been too forgiven, and there was people in your life that always caused you to feel like this because they depended on you always being the optimism person, and always sharing great advice. And but when you come to them about something, they can't help you. So I feel like you could also be moving towards people that help stimulate you, help bring that creative King of Wands energy, and not leave you dry. And I could say that is so true. And I'm going to pull one more card. Okay, we have a flipper. So we have the Two of Cups. So I feel like even though this you're moving from a situation, if you already moved, I feel like you could also start to meet people that actually want to give you that cup. See the difference? How people could have been around you to cause you to feel like this, but however, look at that. Because you're realizing your worth, Sagittarius, now you're in the energy to actually manifest people in your life that treats you with the Two of Cups. I feel like this lesson for us was really knowing our own worth. I feel this week we're really going to start to reflect on that. Jupiter moving through our sign, and depending on what house he is going to share a lot of truth in different areas of your life, and also how you may have deceived yourself in some ways. That's also going to be highlighted as well. Things you don't want to think about, things you try to push to the side, but Jupiter doesn't care about that. He's going to give you the experience because you need to learn from it and grow from it. Or you could have Saturn come through, and you know how Saturn can be, he don't care. So it's either way. I feel like in life there's no getting away from what you came here to do. I feel. So it's either yes or yes. It's either you're going to just go with the flow, or if you try to resist, then you can't get mad when your life is in chaos, because you are choosing to be stubborn where you are because of a certain truth. And that's what also Sagittarius can be in too. If they're too much into something, they could also feel like that's the only fact. But I feel like if that's for the Sagittarius out there, I feel like this Jupiter transit is really going to highlight some holes in your truth and make you realize maybe you have been actually deceiving yourself, or you have built truth upon some fears. We do that too. Maybe you changed how you are because you've been hurt, but you try to play it off. I feel like all things are going to start to come to the light within you and around you. So let's see why the Six of Swords is here. We have the Queen of Swords. So we have Sagittarius out here cutting out things that needed to be cut out. making a strong decision, respecting their self-worth. And as I was just talking about self-worth, right? We have the Ace of Cups. So we are starting out this week strong as well, with thinking about how we have been taking care of ourselves, how we have allowed things to stay in our lives that have hindered our love of self, and how we have actually put ourselves in situations that cause us a lot of harm. So I feel like if you are going through a situation that hurts you, it is for you to realize how valuable you are, and the only reason this person took advantage of you is because you didn't know your own worth. So that's what it means when it takes two to tango, because if you knew your worth and you respected yourself as highly as you say, you would not allow someone to be in your space to constantly disrespect you, for you to constantly chase after them. That is not self-love. That is not self-admiration. That's a toxic energy to be in. And that's probably why you, if you're the Sagittarius out there that have done that, that's probably why you always felt dissatisfied. And me being a Sagittarius, I could tell you that firsthand, because I would give. But when it came to self-love, I didn't have any. And I wondered why people always treated me a certain way. And I was kind of in victim consciousness. I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh, they did this to me, or this to me. So I had to realize and be aware that it was me, and I wasn't in the Queen of Swords energy to cut off what I needed to cut off. So I can say that. So let's see why the Four of Cups is here. We have the Knight of Cups. And we have the Three of Pentacles. I feel like the Sagittariuses out there are realizing that the people they could have around them could be kind of childish, kind of immature. And like, look at the King here. This is not an equal match. So I feel like you may have had people in your life that you were trying to bring on your vibration, but just wasn't capable at the time, and it left you feeling dissatisfied. Like, why does this person not get me? Why does this not? But look at what level they're on. And to me, it's never to look down on someone. It's still to respect their journey, but respect your journey as well, and just leave them where they are. If they're bringing this energy to you, yes, it is the Knight of Cups, but it makes sense why the Four of Cups is here, because people that are on the Knight of Cups energy and don't evolve is a very still childish energy, and it could be very fickle in how they engage. So I feel like since the Three of Pentacles is here, you're tired of people that engage in the immature way, because you're tired of feeling dissatisfied. And that's very, what I'm trying to say, that's a very respectable way to feel, you know, because if you're on the King energy, you have to be around people that are on the same frequency. It's only when you try to lower your own frequency you will feel like this. So let's see why the Knight of Pentacles is here. We have the Knight of Pentacles again. So this is a double emphasis on really moving cautiously, I feel, for Sagittarius this week with the Knight, because the Knight moves slow. So the fact that this was something that really caused you to feel a certain type of way, where you're not just accepting people in your life like really fast like you used to. Like, somebody catch your attention with the Knight of Cups here and you just engage with them. You're really taking your time, like 2 times that amount to who you allow in your space, because you are learning to find your own worth. And we have the Four of Wands. So because you are doing this, you are able to build a stable foundation for yourself. Now you are able to realize that it was you that can be your own stability, because your physical reality is only a physical reflection of what's going on inside. So I feel like through this, you're being more cautious. So now you're able to actually build the stability, because you have realized maybe you have been moving too fast. As fire signs, we are all guilty of this. So I feel like now taking a slower approach. And I could say for me too, I move like the Knight of Pentacles. Before, I used to move like the Knight of Swords. I'm all over the place, a mess. Now I could say if I was a knight, because I'm still learning, it will be the Knight of Pentacles, to really take my time and think to really analyze what someone is offering me. So I really feel like that's what you guys are looking for. If this person brings an offer, what are you planning to add to my stability? So let's see why the Three of Swords reverse is here. We have the Three of Wands. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. So through this situation, you have healed to realize how much you've grown. How much you knowledge, because Sagittarius love knowledge. How much knowledge you have gained. Like I always, I tell people around me, like, nothing truly negative happens. Now, a lot of people be like, what? Because I see things on another spectrum than most people do. Like, I look at, how would you know a liar if you never been lied to? How would you know a cheater if you never been cheated on? It's through these situations that teaches us wisdom and growth so we can learn and to know how to be the Nine of Pentacles, to be on our own regardless, to not place so much importance and feelings on one person to the point that we become codependent on them. And I feel like through this lesson, through this healing, you guys are realizing that you guys can do bad all by yourself. And this reading is so important even for me, of what's going on in my life right now. Like, I'm really learned so much about myself that, wow, like, it was me. Like, I had to say the whole time, and I was sitting here like the victim, like, me. Like, nobody wouldn't be disrespecting me if they wasn't in my space. Like, so that's probably why I don't really give sympathy to people, because I feel like when you feel sorry for them, you're not helping them grow as a soul. I like to give compassion. Like, I feel what you're going through, but I'm also going to tell you what you don't want to hear. But I could break it down to you where I could tell you your strengths and where you're working on, and then I could tell you where it could use a little work, because there's a way to talk to people without offending them. I think it's important to also tell them what they are great at, so then it's a balance. So they be like, oh, okay, well, now I know what I'm working with, thank you. And some people just attack people and be like, oh, it's the truth. And it's not what always you say, it's how you say it. Like, because if somebody comes up nasty to you, you're not gonna try to hear what they trying to say just based on the vibration they coming at. So I feel like you guys are really realizing that the true treasure is you. So let's see why the King of Wands is here. King of Wands. Ooh. Okay. We have the Three of Swords and we have the Five of Pentacles. So this was something that really caused a lot of heartache. So this kind of ties into why the healing card is here. I feel like this was something that happened already. This is what I'm feeling from this reading. I don't feel like this is something that happened this week. I feel like this is something that happened at some point of January, that you're now coming to the realization that you're finally moving on from it. You finally gone deep inside yourself through the pain and the dark night of the soul, and it just emerged a more powerful you. That's what happens to fire signs. You cannot keep a fire sign down. You may think that they down, and the next time you see them, they'll emerge like the King of Wands back on their throne in no time, because fire signs are good at transmuting that energy. We can be destructive if we don't know how to direct our energy right, but once we do, it's a problem, but it's in a good way, because nobody can knock us off of our throne that we built for ourselves, that we worked so hard for, to love ourselves and appreciate ourselves. We're not just going to keep going through situations where we are not getting what we deserve, and through this situation you're realizing that. So let's see why the Five of Swords is reversed. We have the Two of Wands. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So let's see why the Ace of Pentacles is here. Wow, look at that. Isn't that beautiful for us? Because we are learning how to transmute this energy and appreciating the journey and still charging forward and coming out of that mental conflict and looking at the world as our oyster and looking into how we now want our life to look? How do we want it to be? And now the universe is saying you are in a predicament to manifest your wish contentment. So universe, like, what you want, Sagittarius? Because you have took this to the chin. I feel like this is our payment back from Saturn, in my opinion. Because Saturn gifts don't come right away. His gifts come way later in life. So I feel like with Jupiter here, it's also help bringing our renewal. And he's here to bring our wish contentments because we have worked Pentacles in the earth realm for it. So I think that is awesome. To have a wish contentment. Wow, beautiful. So let's see why the Two of Cups is here. The Four of Cups. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So let me see why the Eight of Pentacles is here. Because we had the Four of Cups twice. But I just want to see what are we working on with the Eight of Pentacles here. Oh, we have the Devil here. So I feel like through this lesson, through our dissatisfaction, we are working on people that can bring that toxic energy to us. We are making, like, it kind of ties into what I was saying. And the Eight of Pentacles is someone who's loving what they do. So I feel like you guys are really working on your own wounds to realize, why do you attract this kind of energy, toxic people who's negative, toxic people who's always trying to shoot down your dreams, toxic people who just always have something negative to say or always have some type of drama going on. I feel like because you may have been around people like this with the Four of Cups here, once again, through that discontentment, it pushed you to work on standing really on your own autonomy even more, and stop putting those optimistic lenses on devils, like actually seeing them for what they are. And devils, I don't talk about demons or anything. I'm talking about anything that has a lower vibrational energy that could really bring a Sagittarius down. I feel like this is why Jupiter is here, to help revive us again. And plus also we're going through another 12-year cycle as well. So we were supposed to learn through these 12 years how to spot people like this and to work on our own self-love. And to look for people who actually, not look for people, to be honest, is to be what you want, like I always say. And guess what? You will always manifest your wish contentment. So to all my Sagittarius out there, keep working and doing what you're doing. Make sure, because the universe is on our side, for example, well, Jupiter is, it shines a special light on us. So be careful of people like this who try to knock your energy off course, so you will not manifest what you came here to do. So watch out for those roadblocks type of people. So I hope all of you have an amazing day. I hope you guys have an amazing week. And bye, guys.